Hi, I'm Garibaldi FM, and welcome back to episode 4 of my nomadic career. And as you can see, I've played 3 games since the Cardiff match. I actually managed to beat Carmarthen Town, which was my first win in the league since actually beating Carmarthen Town back in August, so I could do with playing them a bit more often. Then I lost 2-0 to the New Saints, which isn't too bad because they're top, and 2-1 to Newtown, who are fourth. So they're two good sides. So they weren't terrible results. So Carmarthen that I beat are just below me in the league. But that win has just taken me a little bit away from the relegation zone. Cardiff Met Uni have picked up a little bit and have kind of brought themselves back into touch with the rest of the league. And today we're going to be playing Aberystwyth, who have pulled ahead of me a little bit now. So if I could win this, I perhaps have an outside chance of getting into the top half when the league splits in two. If I lose this, then I think any chance of that is gone, and it's just trying to survive and maybe go for a cup run. Actually, in talking of the cup, I got drawn at home to Llanelli, who are the league below me, so hopefully I've got a chance of getting through to the fourth round there. But anyway, we'll crack on with Aberystwyth in the league, see how that one goes, and then probably skip on a few more games and pick one up a bit closer towards the end of the sort of the split point of the season. But yeah, see what we can do against Aberystwyth first. Still going with the 4-3-3 formation, but kind of the stretched midfield. Again, it's not brilliant, but until I can get a second central midfielder, it's probably about as good as I can do. So we'll have to see if we can rectify that maybe in January, but with no budget, it's going to be hard. But anyway, let's see what we can do here. A win would be fantastic. Oh, I thought I was going to nick the ball off him and get through then. We've got home advantage. And I think when we played Aberystwyth before, I think it was a 1-1 draw. So at home, perhaps we can sneak a win, but they have been a bit better than us over the course of the season in general, so that might be tough. And they've had the better of the opening 15 minutes, but I was about to say we're on the attack, but no, we're not. We're on the defensive. I think this Toure scored against me in the first game, so luckily he didn't then. Now we're on the break. Oh, and we lose it. Oh, got it back. Come on then, down the wing. I thought we were going to get the ball there. Ed just got the ball back, good lad. And then the next player goes over. Oh! So Valentine gave the ball away and then the keeper looked like he let it go through his hands. I mean, just dithering on the ball there, and yeah, the keeper should have done miles better than that. That was poor. That was really poor. Well, that's not going to help any chances of getting in the top half. But I mean, the board aren't expecting me to get top half, so I'm under no pressure to do it, but it's just it would have been nice to have half a chance going into that closing stretch before the split, but I think it's just going to be a case of trying to pick up points here and there where I can and stay up. But maybe Fox can put in a good ball here. Swung it in. Oh, he should have done better there. Unmarked, 10 yards out. That had to be surely in the back of the net. And there we are, 2-0 down. Rubbish. I mean, I've been second best, but if it wasn't for stupid mistakes and strikers taking good opportunities, I could be a lot closer here. Charlie Edge is making a lot of mistakes. Well, that's not good, because if he's not playing well, we don't have a lot else going on in the midfield. Ep4 has missed one. Well, that's not a great first half by any means, is it? Maybe we'll try and make a substitution in a moment. I think the left backs are a big candidate to be taken off, having been booked and having an awful game. And now we're 3-0 down. Okay, I'm going to pause it there for a moment and try and make some changes which might rescue something from this. I'm not really expecting anything there. Okay, so taken off Valentine at left back, who was having a bit of a nightmare. Taken off Edge on the left wing just because I think this match is gone, so we'll give him a little bit of a rest. And made a change up front as well, and we've got a goal back. I don't think it's going to make any difference, but there is hope. So it all started, in fact, two of the substitutes combined there to set up Roberto. It's Howarth who got the assist, just came on, and Pete at left back played it into Howarth. So managerial masterstroke, I think. See if we can get another. Come on. Get one now. 20 minutes to try and find an equaliser. Come on. This could be amazing if we could get something here, but we could do another goal sooner rather than later. Come on, get the ball in. Get it in. Yes! Come on! Reed. 20 minutes to go. 3-2. Good ball in. And Fox and Reed just nodded it in the top corner. Surely this isn't going to be the greatest comeback in Cefn Druids history. I don't know what other comebacks they've had, but this would be pretty remarkable. Alright. 3 minutes to go. Let's just chuck everything at it now. I mean, to be fair, they have dominated, but I've got back to 3-2. And it'd be nice to just see that completed, but it wasn't to be. Well, I think 3-2 perhaps flatters us a little bit, but then having said that, I mean, their first goal was absolutely awful, defending by Valentine at left back, and the keeper was atrocious. But yeah, we're now extremely long shots for a top half, I would say. So I think it's just a case of making sure we don't go into the bottom two now. But we will skip on a bit further, and I'll pick a game a bit later on and see how that one goes. Okay, so I've skipped on to the 1st of January now, played a few more games. So we're going to play a game in a moment, but before we do that, I've signed 4 players today, all on free transfers. Midfielder, which is good, so that's given us a bit more strength in the central midfield places. A centre-back and a couple of full-backs. So they're mostly come straight into my team, certainly the 2 full-backs and the midfielder. I was originally thinking that I might have gone to 4-4-2 with a better midfielder, but I'm not going to quite yet, because in fact, and also partly because Cody Roberto, who I probably would have dropped, has now suddenly come into form and scored 5 goals in the last 3 games. So what have we done in the last few games? So since Aberystwyth, we beat Llanelli 2-1 in the cup. 2-1 defeat to Barrytown isn't the worst result because they're up near the top. Then Roberto got a hat-trick against Carnarvon. And then we beat Connors Quay 4-3. We were 4-1 up as well, actually. They got a couple of late goals, so it was more convincing than that for most of the game. And in that one, all three of the forwards got a goal each, and so did Charlie Edge. So because all the forwards are scoring at the moment, I'm actually going to continue with the formation, but I think I'm still looking long term. I think to go to perhaps a 4-4-2 and get a bit more strength in the middle. But for now, we're going to keep it the same. For some weird reason, the fixtures have given us Connors Quay again. So like I said, we were 4-1 up in the last game. I expect this time it will go completely differently and we'll probably get stuffed, especially as I've just brought in 3 new signings. But hey, we'll give it a go. The fullbacks that I had in before were pretty useless, so hopefully these new guys will help out a bit. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. Yeah, certainly some improvements to the team to what we had when we took over. So I think staying up shouldn't be too much of a problem now after that draw and a win and the new signings. Top 6 is definitely gone. Aberystwyth have been on absolute amazing form and have stormed up the league. They're up to like 4th or something, and yeah, the top 6 is just far too big a gap. So the rest of the season will be just make sure I don't go down, try and finish as high as I can. But perhaps the main objective might be to try and get a good run in the Welsh Cup and see if I can perhaps win that as a route into Europe. One thing I've noticed the game has done on this session, I hadn't noticed it before, is when I score, it now says my name is Nomad Druids, which is strange because on the score sheet up here it still says Cefn Druids, but in other places it's referring me to Nomad Druids. I'm not sure why it's suddenly done that, a weird little bug in Football Manager somewhere. But it's not the end of the world, I know who I am, so it'll be alright. And as I say, and as this is great, goal scorer's injured. Okay, we might use this as an opportunity to go 4-4-2. And yeah, as this is a journeyman game anyway, it's not like I'm staying here for years and years. I think I'm probably looking at sort of between 1 and 3 years per job. I think 3 years absolute maximum. But perhaps I don't know how long I stay here. Well, it depends what kind of jobs I get offered as well. But perhaps something more like let's make Roberto a poacher now. That's what he likes doing, although he's been doing well as an advance forward. So perhaps depends what I do. If I could win the cup and get into Europe, that would definitely be an incentive to stay a bit longer. If I don't do that, then I'll certainly have a good look around, I think, as to what jobs might be available. And yeah, see how we go. But it would be quite nice to try and win perhaps leagues in as many countries as possible, but at the same time I don't want to stay too long at any one team because the point of this save really is to move around a bit. But yeah, we'll see. I can certainly stay another season if needed. Excellent. Oh, come on, Roberto, he's on form. Oh, he couldn't score that time. But still, not a bad first half here so far, because I'm not sure where Connors Quay are now. They were 3rd before I beat them in the last game. They may have dropped down, but I think they might still be 3rd. So this is certainly a tough game, and it's going alright so far, especially on the back of having beaten them last time. We thought they'll be desperate to try and avenge losing to lowly Cefn Druids. There we go, McCarthy at least made a tackle, which is probably more than Valentine was doing at left back. Oh, fantastic penalty. What's he going to do? Only just out the keeper's reach. Didn't look like the keeper had a front. He almost went. There's no reach at all. I mean, he's less than halfway towards the post. Well, it's not too bad, but I really like to try and get another point here if I can. Just to put a bit more space between me and the bottom two. Cardiff Met Uni have picked up a little bit actually. They are still in the bottom two, but they are right in touch with the rest of the league now. But the other team in the relegation zone, I think it might have been Bont, have kind of slipped. They're not on particularly good form and actually lost to Cardiff Met Uni recently. So they're now deep in trouble. But yeah, Cardiff Uni looking like they might be able to fight their way out. But having said that, I've just signed a few players from them, so they might suddenly start slipping down the league again. So we'll see. I think we'll make a change. Roberto, we'll give him a little rest. He has been on form. But time for him to have a bit of a rest, and we'll bring Connolly on, who has been normally playing at right back, and we'll just give him another go out there as well. See if we can't nick a draw here somehow. Let's be a bit more adventurous. Let's go attacking for the last 20 minutes. See if we can just get a chance somehow. Maybe a 4 he could score. He scored in the last game. Hopefully Reed's injury isn't too bad, because to be fair, all of the 3 main forwards I've got, they've all scored similar amount of goals. I think they've all got about 8 goals roughly. So I've not been relying too much on one player. Okay, I've lost that. But yeah, so hopefully if I do get an injury, the other 2 will be able to carry on. So Cardiff lost. Bont's got a draw, so they've just moved a point ahead of Cardiff. But with 4 points clear, we've got 2 games until the league splits. So yeah, we definitely. I mean, the top 6 are going to be the top 6 now, because Airbus would need a massive goal difference swing to get above Newtown. Considering I wasn't that far behind Aberystwyth recently, I'm now miles behind. I mean, they're closer to top of the table than they are me now, whereas 5-6 games ago we were 3 points apart, I think. But never mind. So yeah, we've got a couple more games, then the league splits, so I think we'll stop this episode here and then pick it up a bit later on. But yeah, it's good to get some new signings in, so we'll see how we progress. See you next time.